Did you know that 80% of millionaires are self-made, and they didn't get there by accident? They follow certain rules and principles that are not taught in schools or found in your average self-help book. Welcome to Practical Pursuits HQ. Today, we're diving deep into the 8 commandments of wealth that millionaires swear by. These are the principles that can guide you toward a life of financial abundance. So why should you stick around? Because we're not just talking theory here. We're giving you actionable advice you can start applying today to build your own wealth. Let's jump right into our first commandment of wealth. Start early, start small. Now, you might have heard of the term compound interest. It's often called the 8th wonder of the world, and for a good reason. Imagine putting just $100 into an investment account with an annual interest rate of 7%. In 10 years, without adding a single cent, that $100 becomes around $200. But the real magic happens over time. In 40 years, that initial $100 would grow to nearly $1,500. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. Now let's talk about real-world examples. Ever heard of Warren Buffett? He bought his first stock at the age of 11. Today, he's one of the richest people on the planet. But you don't have to be a financial genius to get started. There are countless stories of ordinary people who started investing with small amounts and built considerable wealth over time. So, what's the actionable advice here? First, don't wait for the perfect time to invest because there's no such thing. The best time to start is now. Second, you don't need thousands of dollars to get started. Many investment platforms allow you to start with as little as $50. And finally, make it a habit. Set up automatic contributions, even if it's a small amount, and watch your wealth grow over time. Moving on to our second commandment, diversify, don't diversify. You've probably heard the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. This couldn't be more true when it comes to investing. Diversification is the practice of spreading your investments across various asset classes like stocks, bonds, and real estate. The goal is to minimize risk. If one investment performs poorly, others might perform well, balancing out your portfolio. However, there's a trap here called diversification. This is when you spread your money too thin across too many investments, ultimately diluting your potential returns. Imagine having a small percentage in dozens of stocks, bonds, or other assets. Not only does this make your portfolio hard to manage, but it also means you're less likely to see significant growth in any single investment. So how can you start building a diversified portfolio without falling into the trap of diversification? Here's some actionable advice. First, start with a core group of investments that align with your risk tolerance and financial goals. This could be a mix of index funds, individual stocks, and bonds. Second, consider adding alternative assets like real estate or commodities to further diversify. And finally, regularly review and adjust your portfolio. As you become more experienced, you'll get a better sense of how to allocate your resources effectively. Let's dive into the third commandment of wealth, which is spend less than you earn. Sounds simple, right? But you'd be surprised how many people struggle with this fundamental principle. The key to mastering this commandment lies in 2 important practices: budgeting and saving. Budgeting is your financial roadmap. It helps you allocate your income to different expenses and ensures you're not spending more than you're making. Saving, on the other hand, is what allows you to accumulate wealth over time. A budget without saving is like a car without fuel. It won't get you very far. But let's be real, sticking to a budget isn't easy. There are psychological traps that can lead you to overspend. The thrill of instant gratification and the fear of missing out on a deal are just a couple of examples. Falling into these traps can derail your financial goals. So, what's the actionable advice? First, make a budget and stick to it. There are plenty of tools out there, from mobile apps to good old-fashioned spreadsheets that can help you track your income and expenses. Second, automate your savings. Set up an automatic transfer to your savings or investment account as soon as you get paid. And finally, be mindful of your spending triggers. Knowing what tempts you to overspend can help you avoid those situations altogether. Now, let's move on to our fourth commandment, invest in yourself. Investing isn't just about putting your money into stocks or real estate. One of the most valuable investments you can make is in your own growth and development. The return on investment, or ROI, for self-improvement is immeasurable. Whether it's a higher-paying job, better mental well-being, or even just the personal satisfaction of achieving your goals, the benefits are endless. So what are the types of self-investment you should consider? First, there's education. This doesn't necessarily mean a formal degree. Even online courses or workshops can add tremendous value to your life. Second, skills. Learning a new language or mastering a new software can make you more marketable and open up new opportunities. And let's not forget health. A healthy body and mind are foundational to any form of success. Here's some actionable advice to get you started. Books can be a great starting point. Titles like The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People or How to Win Friends and Influence People have transformed lives. For courses, platforms like Coursera or Udemy offer a wide range of topics that can help you grow. And don't underestimate the power of good habits. Simple routines like regular exercise, meditation, or even journaling can have a profound impact on your well-being. Our fifth commandment for accumulating wealth is to master the art of networking. You might think networking is just for business people in suits handing out business cards, but it's so much more than that. Networking is about building genuine relationships that can help you both personally and professionally. A strong network can open doors for you that you didn't even know existed and give you opportunities in life that you never knew could be possible. Let's delve into the psychological aspect for a moment. The law of reciprocity. This principle states that when someone does something nice for you, you'll naturally want to do something nice for them in return. It's not about using people. It's about creating a mutually beneficial relationship. The key is to offer value first, without expecting anything in return, and let the law of reciprocity work its magic. Now, how can you master this art? Here are some actionable tips. First, do your research. Before attending any networking event, or even a casual meetup, know who you're likely to meet and what they're interested in. Second, listen more than you talk. You can learn a lot more about how to help someone, or how they can help you, by just listening. Third, follow up. Sending a simple thank you note, or even an article that your new contact might find interesting can go a long way. If you're finding value in this video, take a quick second to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel and allows us to keep delivering content you love. Thanks for the support. Steering into our sixth commandment, let's talk about a topic that can be a roadblock to wealth: avoiding bad debt. Yes, not all debt is created equal. There is good debt, and then there is bad debt. Debt that is usually considered to be good are ones like a mortgage or a student loan, which are generally considered investments that will pay off in the long run. Bad debt, on the other hand, such as credit card debt or high-interest loans, can quickly spiral out of control and become a financial burden. Consumer debt is a particularly dangerous pitfall. It's easy to fall into the trap of buying things you don't really need with money you don't actually have. Before you know it, you're only able to make minimum payments, and the interest keeps piling up. This type of debt can be a significant hindrance to achieving your financial goals. So how do you manage and avoid bad debt? Here's some actionable advice. First, create a budget to monitor your income and expenses. This will help you live within your means and avoid unnecessary debt. Second, if you do find yourself in debt, focus on paying it off as quickly as possible. Consider the debt avalanche or debt snowball methods to tackle your debt effectively. And third, always think twice before taking on any new debt. Ask yourself, is this debt going to help me grow financially, or is it just going to be a burden? Now, let's dive into our seventh commandment, which is never stop learning. Lifelong learning is not just a buzzword. It's a necessity for anyone aiming for sustained success and personal growth. The world is changing faster than ever, and the skills and knowledge that got you here may not get you where you want to go next. Complacency is the enemy of progress. It's easy to get comfortable with what you know and stop pushing yourself to learn new things. But complacency can stall your career, limit your opportunities, and even impact your personal relationships. Remember, when you're not moving forward, you're essentially moving backward because the world around you isn't waiting. So how can you maintain a mindset of perpetual learning? Here are some actionable tips. First, set aside time for learning each day. It could be as little as 15 minutes to read an article, watch a tutorial, or even listen to a podcast. Second, challenge yourself with projects or tasks that require you to learn new skills or concepts. Stepping out of your comfort zone is where the real growth happens. And third, consider mentorship, either as a mentor or a mentee. Sharing knowledge is a two-way street that benefits both parties involved. Finally, we arrive at our eighth and last commandment: give back. Philanthropy and social responsibility aren't just buzzwords for the ultra-rich. They're principles that anyone can integrate into their lives. Giving back is not just a moral obligation, but it also has psychological benefits. Studies have shown that charitable acts release endorphins, creating what is known as the helper's high. But what if you're not a millionaire yet? How can you contribute? The truth is, giving back isn't just about money. It's about making a difference, no matter how small. Your time, skills, and even your voice can be incredibly impactful. Here's how you can start giving back today. First, identify causes that resonate with you and research organizations that support those causes. Even a small monthly donation can make a difference. Second, volunteer your time. Whether it's serving at a local shelter or offering your professional skills pro bono, time is a valuable asset that many organizations need. And third, advocate for change. Use your social platforms to raise awareness about causes you care about. Your voice can amplify the message and inspire others to act. As we wrap up this enlightening journey, let's quickly revisit the 8 commandments we've covered today. Starting early and small, diversifying your investments, spending less than you earn, investing in yourself, mastering networking, avoiding bad debt, never stopping your learning, and finally, giving back to society. These aren't just financial tips, they're principles for a fulfilling life. You may be feeling a mix of emotions right now: excitement, curiosity, maybe even a little overwhelmed. That's perfectly okay. The key is to take that energy and channel it into action. Don't wait for a someday that may never come. Your journey towards financial freedom and personal growth starts with the decisions you make today. So, what's the next step? If you found this video helpful and want to continue growing with us, go ahead and smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content on practical wisdom and financial education. And if you think someone else could benefit from this video, please share it. Together, we can create a community that uplifts each other towards success. Take care.